Afternoon, welcome to the Backwoods Hiker. We are not actually out hiking today, but we're going to show you some wild edibles. I'm actually out here with my father, who's pretty much taught me everything I know about wilderness survival. We're going to walk around with him around the property, and we're going to show you a couple things. One in particular is going to be yellow wood sorrel, which is one of my favorites. Sassafras. If we find some, chicory, lamb's quarter. We've got a couple hickory nut bushes, or not hickory, I don't know what I was thinking there. Hazelnut. Maybe if we find some poke salad, I'll get him to walk us through how you actually prepare it, because it is actually a toxic plant, but makes a good meal if it's prepared properly. We've got wild blackberry, wild strawberry. Walk down the line and down the list, and we will show you how to survive and make a nice tasty meal slash snack while you're out on the trail. Some of you, believe it or not, will actually have yellow wood sorrel in your own front yard. Now, if you're in areas where you're close to the road and it gets a lot of the car exhaust fumes, you don't want to be eating it, because it's going to have the toxins from the car exhaust. Everyone knows there's nothing good about that. But if you're out in a rural area where your backyard, you'll probably have it. It thrives in disturbed soil type areas, and once it sets root, it's gonna flourish. We were walking through here yesterday and we found massive patches of yellow wood sorrel. We should come across them pretty soon, actually. I want to find a good patch of it.
A little bit right here, but it's already open. More of it to take.
Here we go. We've got some yellow wood sorrel here. I'm going to turn you around so you can check it out. All right. Right here we have yellow wood sorrel. The yellow flower is best when it's in its bud. It's edible still when it's opened up like this.
Here's a little bud.
Yep, you got little buds over there. Everything on this plant is edible, from the leaves to the flower. The flower and the leaves both have a very zesty, lemon type zest flavor to them. The flower, once it's bloomed, it's kind of dry. So me personally, I prefer to get them when they're still budded before they open up, because they're very moist, very juicy. The leaves, same thing. They got a good lemon zest taste to them. And not only are they edible, you can make a good lemon tea out of them. Take the leaves from the clover, put them in your boiling water for a while, and you're actually going to get a naturally sweet lemon tea from it. There we go. Here's some more wood sorrel I'll show you. Now, right here, you take a close look, a little 3-leaf clover on it, yellow flower. Now, as I see if I can find it, there's some that look similar, but it's actually not it. It's still edible. There's no toxins to it, but it's got no flavor. And not seeing it here in the front. But hey, look at this. We've got wild strawberries. As you can see, they are edible. They're non-poisonous. We had some of these last night, actually, when we were out walking around. And here's a bigger patch over here.
There you go. Pick one and eat it.
Now, well,
Ooh, this one's gonna be good though.
ooh, that one does look good. Now, there you go. Nice wild strawberry. Downside with these,
Ooh, yep.
I'm about ready to recant on what I was just saying. We got a couple of these last night and they were very dry, very bland. Those two were very moist, very juicy. I do notice there is a difference in the taste between if you get the actual strawberry bush that you in the strawberries you buy at the store. They tend to have more of a sweet to tart flavor. With the wild strawberries, well, they're not as flavorful. Here's another thing that's a wild edible, but me personally, I'm not going to eat them because in Missouri we are more of a temperate state where we get the hotter temperatures, and that the white clover. You get the white flower. Let me find a good one over here. There we go. You got your clover leaf here and your white flowers. The white flower is actually edible, but you want to limit them because the higher temperature states and stuff like that, the white clover tends to have a low level of toxicity to them. So they suggest you eat them very sparingly. They're supposed to have a good taste, but again, my personal preference, we're a warmer temperature state for the most part. I'm going to stay away from them. So take it with a grain of salt. Missouri Department of Conservation says they are edible, but you have to be careful. Everyone's going to react to wild edibles differently. Some people can eat tons of the wild edibles, just like the white clover, and not be affected by it. Other people with a more sensitive system, they may get sick from it. So always, always take caution. And if you're unsure about something, don't do it. Do not do it.
Lamb's quarter.
Ah, here we go, lamb's quarter. I'll let my pop tell you about this because it's kind of new.
Quarter. It's kind of like eating spinach, only sweeter. You boil it. You want the leaves, the smaller leaves like this. When the plant gets bigger, they get tougher. Smaller leaves are always a better way to go.
Well, there you go. Anything about the leaves that makes them easily identifiable for people that might not know?
Basically, just their shape. I've just been doing it a long time, so I spot it from a distance, you know.
Here you guys are a closer look at it. See, I can see on the leaves they're kind of a rugged edged there. But for those of you like spinach, there you go, lamb's quarter. Let's see, up here, somewhere nearby. What are we going for? Sassafras. There we go. There's a ton of it along the tree line here. Ah, there we go. And
Okay.
right here. Bring that in.
You have the leaf they call the catcher's mitt. Leaf they call the ghost. And
see if we can find one. Oh, there we go, right here.
And the football.
And the football. This tree actually has 3 unique leaves to it. Now, some of our older people, no offense, I'm old myself at 37. I know, not really. But the sassafras, the root from the tree was actually used to make root beer. You dig the tree up, you cut the root, clean it, boil it. You get yourself sassafras tea, and you get yourself a good drink. And as my father pointed out, here's an older lamb's quarter. Bigger leaves, and again the jagged edge on it. Here's saying the older, larger leaves are a little tougher. And you get the little baby leaves down here are the ones you want to get and boil, and you got yourself a spinach type. See what else we got within eye shot of us.
See if we can find some hazelnuts.
Hazelnuts, there we go, that's a good treat. Got a few of them out here. Unfortunately, we're kind of early in the season still, so they're not going to have some of their telltales that you can pick up from a greater distance than being close and identifying the leaves. And the hazelnut, in my experiences, will be full, I mean full of nut clusters. Unfortunately, they're hidden on the tree. And if you can be looking right at it and looking right over top of it, trust me, I did last year and the year before. My dad made fun of me because he picks them out easier than me. But he's got a lot more experience at that than I do, so he's got to give me some slack. Or grief, one of the other. There we go.
Hazelnut bush.
Hazelnut.
That's the leaf of a hazelnut bush.
Yep. More circular.
And the start of a hazelnut.
There we go. They'll cluster up like that, and you'll end up getting
There's a rule,
sometime.
the best way to find them is to lift the limb up and look underneath.
There you go.
I see none.
None yet. Another thing with the hazelnut trees is that they'll get these stringy tassels that'll hang down from them as well. They're more easily spotted from a distance. And the hazelnuts, they'll cluster.
Hazelnut bush back there.
Now the hazelnuts will cluster in groups of like sometimes 2 and 3. Sometimes you'll only find 1.
But they'll find 5.
Yeah, they'll cluster in groups together on the bottom of the branch, inside the leaf, so they're a little harder to spot. But if you get inside on it, very easy to get yourself a good meal. And my coffee drinkers out there, I'm sure you've had hazelnut coffee as well as hazelnut creamer. I know I like it. All right, we got another wild edible here, the blackberry. Bring you in on it. You see they're starting to bud up here.
The younger one.
We got one thing to be cautious about is this one you don't see them too well, but they do have thorns. You get into yourself a thicket of them, and well, you'll find out the hard way. They're sharp. Blackberries, you can see the leaf, similar to what I like to call a frog's foot. I know they say leaves a 3, let it be. Well, this is one. You can let it be, but I'm not. I love finding the wild blackberries. They're a very, very juicy treat. What we got here?
So this is a wild grapevine growing in a persimmon tree covered with Virginia creeper. Let's see. Over here's a wild plum.
Wild plum.
They should be, they bloom real good, they should be starting to get some plums on them. Bring up over here. Spotted inventory. They're going to be maybe the size of peas. Best. There's a couple different seeds in here, but this is the more older, more mature. And it might be a little early yet.
We are just in the end of May right now, so kind of early in the season as my dad's pointing out there. Let's see. Not
There you go.
Oh, found some.
There's a wild plum. Right here.
There we go.
That will get to be about the size of a quarter. Bright red.
Very juicy. Alright, we have ourselves another wild edible here. Gooseberries. Now, you see right next to me here, one of the fun things about them, they have really sharp thorns.
Yeah.
That they do, and if you get in here and look,
Right there. See them
you
thorns?
can see them. And here,
Right here.
oh, you get some up here. Got some good gooseberries. Now, as we were just discussing, you know, when they get a white color, they're
They're
ready to go.
But these green ones make extremely good gooseberry pie. 2 cups of gooseberries with a cup and a half of sugar, and you got the makings of a good pie.
We don't have many ready to pick for just regular eating, but as you said, the green ones like
This
that.
one's pretty much, but there are lots and lots of gooseberry plants all around this area. The whole hillside over here is covered with them.
Oh yeah. Now I'll get you in a little closer so you can get a good look at the leaves. You know, a little 5-finger leaf there. And as you can see, covered in gooseberries. Oh,
Here we go.
thorny bush.
This is what they call bloodroot.
There we go. So what's that called again?
Bloodroot.
What we
Not exactly edible, but you can make a red ink out of it. That's why they call it bloodroot.
ah,
A red dye. That's gooseberry. Right there, look at the size of the gooseberries on it.
another gooseberry here.
You got a big one down there toward the bottom. See 'em?
Oh yeah, it's got some good sized ones on it.
When walking through this here area, this rocky area like this, always be aware of rattlesnakes.
Yep, and as I've talked before, you know, in Missouri we do have them. As my father found out just a couple days ago, as he was telling me, he got bit by a copperhead. Oh.
Still haven't completely recovered.
We came across yesterday, and I wish I had the camera with me. What was it again? A corn snake?
A corn snake.
Yeah. A small corn snake, which, you know, it was banded. You know, most people would see, oh, it's a banded coral, like the coral snake. It's poisonous. It's venomous. No, it's not.
Wrong color. Red
Wrong
and white.
colorations.
This was a red and white one, not red and black.
Yeah. You know, and some people may know the old fairy tale rhyme, black on red, you're dead. Black on white, it'll take flight. Meaning, it's non-harmful and it'll more likely just run to get away from you because you're the danger to it.
Good place to take cover in bad weather.
Now, a little rock outcropping that digs back. Put you some logs over the top there to give you kind of more of an added roof. Get your fire out front here. Keep the inside. And be good to go.
You don't want to sit down in there because I don't know why I can't see what's on the ground in there.
Oh.
And that's why I got bit by not looking where I put my foot.
Yeah, always watch where you're stepping, especially in places like this where there's a lot of ground cover that hides it. Because most snakes are not going to instinctively chase you down and attack you. You normally get bit because you stepped on them or you get too close to them and they feel threatened. Oh yeah, that's a very big mound there. Tons of carpenter ants in it. I can see them. Whoa, they're attacking me. Holy whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, you might not want to stand there.
Don't want to stand there too long because I looked down and both my feet were covered in carpenter ants.
You see that? She seen something moving, she turned like this and I stepped on that lemon I did it. It come up at her and she jumped back and bristled up. She thought she had a snake with me.
Down here at the creek right now, just enjoying the view. Another wild edible that's easily obtained if you've got areas like this that you're in, crawdads. You got a way to boil water, you got a way to cook you some crawdads. The tail is not bad. We've seen a few of them already. Well, unfortunately, most of the ones we've seen so far have just been babies. Not grown up enough to eat yet.
If you're done with doing it without food long enough, even the babies are edible.
Oh yeah. Well, so are
Anything
snails.
that gives you something to eat.
You get lucky enough and find snails. I've seen a couple of them just behind me over here. Small ones. You know, what's that part from the Lion King? Slimy yet satisfying. It is a bit warm out here. Definitely got a lot warmer today than they said it was going to.
But most people still walk down the road to cool up and see on that road.
Look across the creek over here, it's the creek bed. There's some yellow wood sorrel. You see the yellow flower just kind of standing out from everything. And once you get used to seeing them, you'll pick them up from a distance very easily. It becomes second nature. And considering wood sorrel is one of my favorite treats, I spot that yellow flower, I'm on it. Although I'm not geared up to do a wet water crossing, and it can stay over there. I know where plenty more is, just up the hill. All right, well, we have found some poke salad. And as you see here, it's actually very good, but it's also poisonous. It's got toxins in it.
Now cook this, and what you want to do is you want to put it in a pot with water and you bring it to a boil. When it gets to a good rolling boil, you pour it out, you rinse it off, and then repeat the process. Boil it a second time and rinse it, and then just heat it, and it'll wilt up, look just like normal spinach, but it has a better taste than spinach, I found.
This poke salad is actually pretty good, but like I said, you got to prepare it properly or
pay the price.
Pay a very hefty price. And if you look behind us, if you remember from earlier, tons of gooseberry.
Yeah, all down through these woods, as far as you can see.
And I actually see a couple ripe ones, maybe right here.
That's overly ripe.
No, black's too over, right?
Yeah, that's a good one there.
Let's go ahead and sample these tart treats out.
Tart, huh?
Well,
Not bad though.
not bad at all. It does have a bite to it. It's got a tart bite. There's no doubt about
Somebody
that.
like sweet tarts, though, they're no worse than what a sweet tart is for being tart.
Oh no, it does have that. It doesn't have a sugary aftertaste, but it's got that tart. And what's funny about it,
A little closer to being ripe, and not overly ripe.
another thing about it is what's funny is when you first bite into it, your mouth instantly dries out, but as you finish it off, your mouth gets really watery.
Did you get one of the big ones or little ones when you picked that?
Big one. That one wasn't tart at all. It was actually kind of sweet.
Yeah, that was a ripe one.
And that was at the end of its process there, it was starting to get dark. But yeah, I like the little bit tartar ones better. So. I don't know if you can tell, but it is hot. I'm sure my face is glistening. Unfortunately, out here, we don't have a production company to call for makeup to clean us up.
And we are getting kind of red.
Yeah. A little pinkish. Well, we're going to come into a close here. So, I am going to go ahead and sign out. Again, I am the Backwoods Hiker. I want to thank my father for joining in with me today. Always remember, get out, find your adventure. Life's out there, go live it. Until next time, you guys take it easy.